All right, what's up, everybody?
Hey.
We're here chilling, ready to get the podcast going. I got the dog whipping towel. We don't actually hit him with it, just scare him with it. He does not like the towel. See, already getting to it. Anyways, yeah, so what's up, everybody? We're about to start the newest episode of GameSpeak Podcast. I believe it's episode 14 of the reboot. You know,
wow.
Still fresh.
Of the reboot.
So let's get it going. 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD. Where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast and facebook.com/groups/GameSpeak Podcast. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else, be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play video games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bass.
Hey, what up?
So it's only Brent Bass this week. Devin is once again sick. He's the sickest boy of them all.
Sickest of them all.
I feel like Devin has the most sick days. You know, we're gonna have to start taking docking the pay, dude. It's
He's both sick with 2 C's and physically actually sick right now.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Prayers to Devin.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers with Devin, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
bless his home.
Blessed be Devin. I don't know. I don't know any other ways to get to bless Devin.
Yeah.
You know, bless up, Devin.
Bless up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that feels right.
Yeah, I say we end it with that. All right, it was a good episode. No, I'm just kidding.
So before the show, Jamel was telling me how he almost got murdered. But he was like, you know what? This will make a great story for the show. So I'm dying to know.
Yeah. So, all right. As I was telling Brent, you know, like I watch a lot of active self-protection on YouTube.
Right.
And I feel like I was almost gonna be in an active self-protection video, more like the ones where you have to press the little like I agree to the terms that I'm about to watch something really fucked up.
Oh no.
And I was gonna be on the end of the gun, you know, because I don't carry, you know. And like actually I'm saying this now, but
just got these guns,
yeah, I just got my
physical
gun, my physical body guns.
Yeah, those guns.
I carry these, but I don't carry you know, a Glock or anything. So what was going down, basically I was like walking the GameSpeak Podcast dog, and we got a lot of nice cars in my apartment complex.
Yeah, totally.
All right. And so I'm walking. He takes a little doggy do, you know, and so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm picking it up. Got a little baggie. So I'm walking over to the little trash compactor thing where you throw the doggy poop into it.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking in that direction, I just noticed like 2 guys like kind of far off. I'm not even like really paying attention to what they're doing. I'm just walking towards them, listening to a podcast, being a dummy, you know, like. And I look up from my podcast, and I notice one of them is wearing a hood, and the other one is just, like, staring at me, like, just like, okay, this guy is walking towards us. And they're fucking with the door handle of, like, this really nice car. And I'm like, oh, must be their car. You know, like,
you're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't think shit about it. And then he actually, like, the guy who's not wearing the hood starts pointing like towards my direction, and like he's trying to be like discreet about it. And like the guy with the hood, he never like looks up. He like goes around and they go over to this car that's parked. So like it's like there's the parking spots, you know, they're parked in and pointing at the car.
Yeah.
But the back of their car is pointed at this car. And so they're taking up like 4 spaces, and the trunk of their car is open. And so instead of you know, like they immediately like let go of the handle of this car, and they walk around and go back over to the trunk of his car, and the trunk's open. And so like they start fucking around with shit in the trunk of the car and like looking over at me. And I'm like, come on, Ollie. Like, you know, we just like skedaddle, you know? And I was like, my thought process is like, okay, do I call the cops and be like, hey, there's two guys like obviously trying to, you know, like steal
seems like
cars.
The smart thing to do, yeah.
But I was
seems
like,
like they're trying to get Christmas presents out of cars.
Yeah,
probably.
steal shit from cars.
Was this in your parking lot?
Yes. No, not right here. Like it's like way off. I was walking.
This today?
Yeah, this was today. This morning.
Oh gosh, I have a keyboard in the back of my car.
I watched them leave. Okay, so like that's how I know it wasn't their car.
Probably their stomping grounds. You know what I mean?
Maybe, I don't know. So here's the thing though. So like you know, so I'm walking off with Farley, Ollie, sorry, and you know, R.I.P. Farley. But I'm walking, you know, Ollie down away. And all of a sudden, I hear like like them coming around the corner. They're like speeding off. I guess they thought I was like going to snitch like immediately. But in my head, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna get shot over like somebody else's like Christmas presents or something like because they saw me. You know, like it'd be different if I saw them from like my window or whatever. And I'm still like a ways off from my apartment. You know, I don't have a way to get back. And I've got Ollie. Like if it was just me, I don't give a fuck. You can shoot me, but you're not going to shoot my dog, all right? Yeah. So, like, I wanted to get Ollie home, you know, safe or whatever. And so,
hopefully they won't be back. Hopefully they think you called the cops.
Yeah.
And that's enough to keep them from, like, you know, returning.
So I heard them swerve off, and I turn, and they're swerving directly, like here's like I don't know how to explain it. If you're watching the video, I'm like catty corner, like I'm on the corner of the turn, and so like they turn like right by where I'm at, and I just like turn and like look at him, and I see the guy with the hood just staring at me and like driving out, and I'm just like, all right, well I could have very easily been you know, like dropped for being a witness to this crime. But, you know, like it was hard to tell how old they were and shit like that because of the hoods. And like the guy that wasn't wearing the hood, he was anywhere between, you know, I'd say like 25 to 30, you know. Jeez. It was a very strange situation. Not a fun one to be in when you're just trying to walk your dog, you know.
Yeah, man. Be careful out there in these streets, bro.
Yeah, the streets are dangerous, dude. I was like, damn, I don't want to get shot for like just the dumbest shit, but whatever. You know, like also like it just always worries me like whenever I have a dog with me because I'm like, don't you hurt this innocent child. You know, that, and you know, if they're going to shoot me, they're not worried about, you know, they're not going to second guess shooting a dog, you know, like
that just seems like overkill, you know what I mean?
Dude, I watch a lot of active self-protection. A lot of fucked up things happen. Like people do a lot of fucked up shit, you know what I'm saying? Ollie would like run over to try and like play with them, and then you know it'd be bad, you know?
No doubt.
And I ain't about that life. So but anyways, yeah, very interesting little morning I had with that. So
yeah, my morning was much more bland. Much more routine, yeah. Had a very chill morning, you know. Chill week in general. I didn't really do much of anything, you know.
Now you didn't do anything this week?
Not really, you know. I've been watching the Netflix thing, you know what I mean? The Wednesday that everybody's hyped up about, you know.
How is it?
It's pretty good. You know, it's good. You know, it's campy, it's silly, but that's Addams Family, you know what I mean? It has a lot of the same charm as like the 90s Addams Family movies, you know what I mean? But a little less
goth.
I mean, no, it's Tim Burton's directing it. It might even be more goth, but it's like it's a little less extreme, you know? I don't know how to explain it. Like in the like
you mean like over the top?
No, it's still very over the top. I feel like Wednesday is a little less murderous in the new one. Like
really?
In the old one, she's like electrocuting Pugsley all the time and stuff, and like you know, I've been watching the old movies too, so like I've been contrasting the two. She's still crazy, you know, in the new ones. I don't know. They did a good job.
Didn't she try to kill like a bunch of swim team people in the new one?
Well, yeah.
I feel like that's like a mass murder, like right there.
She put a bunch of piranhas in the pool. I guess so. You know, she still has her moments, but it wasn't just like you know random. You know,
she has her moments. Piranhas in the pool, though. Piranhas in real life won't fuck with you.
The girl playing her is really good. Fucking, I forgot her name. Jenna Ortega, I think. She's really excellent.
Yeah, I saw like a Like, I don't know who she is or where she came from, but like I saw.
She's in that movie I was telling you about the other day where they're filming the porno and Kid Cudi's in it. She's like one of the characters in that movie too.
Really?
Yeah, she plays like the sound tech for the porno in that movie.
What the fuck? She kind of reminds me of like Audrey Plaza or whatever.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Aubrey Plaza. I don't remember her
She does
name.
have Aubrey Plaza vibes.
Yeah.
You know? If you made a movie where you had to have like an older and a younger version of the same character, you could totally have Aubrey Plaza playing
would just
like
be
the,
her.
the older version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw like some article everybody was flipping out about because she was like just saying how she's like, I just saw I really felt connected with the character because I've always had like this weird connection with like serial killers and stuff like that, and everybody was like, that's a weird thing to have connections with, and it's like, I think she's just being a young actress, like trying to say like, I think she's trying to feel the role. I don't think she like wakes up and she's like, I just
think
feel
lots
like
of people have a connection to serial killers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, look how popular fucking the Dahmer show was. You know what I mean?
Right.
It connects to people on some level. You know what I mean?
it's interesting.
It's
it's the
interesting,
what's the word for it? The
macabre.
The macabre.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just like. It's why everybody falls asleep to the ID channel, like fucking weirdos, But we all do it, but we just don't say anything about it, But yeah, so that's the only like introduction I've had to her was like just a random article where it was like, "Can you believe this?" And I was like, "I don't know, what is it?"
She was also in You, apparently, which I've watched every episode of, but I don't remember her from You. I think she was in like the very first season of You. You know what I mean?
I've never seen You either.
Really? Oh, You is a good show, man. You would actually probably get a kick out of that. It's a fucking very entertaining.
I tried watching the first season like twice, and then I just like, I don't know. I'm just not a person who watches shows, I guess. Like
That's real,
Maybe that's what it is.
I watch a lot of shows.
There you go.
I watch more shows than I do movies. Although I want to watch that new Troll movie that just came out on Netflix. Have you seen that?
I saw a trailer for that.
It looks ridiculous, but I kind of want to watch it.
There's always like, I feel like every 10 years they put out something about trolls on Netflix.
Yeah, there was a really good troll movie like 10 years ago. Like, yeah.
It's called like Troll Hunter.
Troll Hunter, yeah. That movie was sick.
Everybody was like, yeah, this is great.
It was good.
It was good. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So what have you been playing video game-wise?
Well, hold on. Before we get into what we've been playing, before we do that, we got to talk about a couple things. We got the Super Mario Bros. Trailer. They just put out another trailer. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see it.
Looks fucking good.
It looks really good.
Dude, like, I'm so hyped. I haven't been this hyped for a cartoon, or animated movie in a long time.
You know what else got a really good another trailer is the fucking Last of Us HBO show.
I didn't watch that yet. Is it good?
It looks awesome.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be really good.
Everyone's saying it looks good. Everybody I've heard talk about it, everything I've read about it has been just
It
positive.
looks like they're really keeping true to form to the game, so that's exciting,
That's what's up. I feel like of all the video games that would be easy to translate into a show or a movie, that's the one.
That's all you got to do is just fucking,
They could have just done a movie, honestly. They didn't even have to do a TV show. I feel like they could have summed up the whole movie.
No. There's too many, story arcs in the game fucking to sum it all up into one movie, And they're all necessary to understand the relationship between Joel and Ellie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean...
It would have to be at least a trilogy or something if you made it into movies. You know what I mean? Because there's just too many different beats. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like the first game you could do as a movie. Like, you don't have to do the first movie or the first game as a TV show. Now, if they're getting all the way through, through the second movie,
I mean, think about all that happens in the first game. You've got the reuniting with Tommy. You got the Sam and the kid and his dad that you meet and their whole story. You've got the fucking Tess in general, Joel and Tess's relationship. The Joel's thing with his original daughter, that would take at least 30 minutes to tell, accurately. You know what I mean? The whole pre-zombie thing, you know what I mean? And then you got there's a lot, there's the fucking all the zombie encounters you have to go through. Maybe not all of them. You can cut out a few for the sake of time because most of it's video game filler, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of like little moments that have to happen, like that I'm not even thinking of right now. Like the giraffe thing is essential. You know what I mean? Like
The giraffe thing is essential, but like I feel like you could pull that off in a movie. You don't have to pull the giraffe thing off in a show.
There's way more than just that, though. There's the cannibal guys you run into. You have to have the cannibal thing. Like, that's an incredibly important part of the fucking story. Because, like, Joel falling and getting impaled by the rod and getting infected, and then Ellie having to go get the antibiotics for him, that's all, like, super important to the fucking, like, main chunk of the story and why everybody is where they're at. You know what I mean? And that whole sequence in game takes months or something, like, or at least a few weeks, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
you could do it with a sick 80s montage, you know?
my God, please. I'm so glad they're not going to do a sick 80s montage and just like
How does the game do
it's
it?
just like
I don't-
fucking Ellie like tightening a headband and like
she's doing push-ups and like getting,
the
stronger.
final countdown is just playing.
Countdown. Yeah, no. Like what how do they do it
Punching
in the
meat.
game? I don't remember. Like how do they do that? They several months. They just skip ahead.
She makes it. No, she goes out like looking for antibiotics, and she meets the dude in the woods, and she makes a deal with him. Like she kills a deer.
Yeah, she kills
a deer.
something out
She
there.
kills a deer, and then she trades the deer to this guy for antibiotics, and then the guy like he gives her the antibiotics. She takes it back to Joel. She gives him a dose of the antibiotics. She goes back to meet the guy for more antibiotics, and then he betrays her.
Yeah.
And, like, abducts her to this like cannibal cult place where they're like fucking hold her in a cell. It's a whole thing.
It's so funny. I've beat this game and I don't remember that at all. Like I remember the snow and I remember a cabin and I remember a guy like betraying you, but I don't remember all of that. Like I just remember those parts. Like
I played it pretty recently. So,
Maybe that's why,
You know
'cause
what I mean? It's pretty fresh in my memory because I like just replayed the remaster one that they did.
Yeah, I just remember a lot of like cities fucked up and like the giraffes and the like that's it. And then the end. Like I remember the end part. And that's about it. Maybe I need to watch this show to remind myself all of this.
Yeah, I hope it does kind of follow the same beats as the game because I think a lot of people are like you that played the game a long time ago and really enjoyed it, but probably forgot most of the main story arcs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it'll be fun because once you watch it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that from the game. You know what I mean? Like
If they follow
if
it
they
exactly.
follow it exactly. I know Neil Druckmann is involved in the actual like production of it. But the Mario thing is going to be great too. I'm sorry, we got away from that for a second, but the trailer was fucking really good.
So many references.
Yeah, you got like Mario Kart references.
The Rainbow Road, yeah.
Road. We see Donkey Kong's beating the fuck out of him. Like
Yeah,
that was
I
hilarious.
saw a really funny meme of that where it was just like a picture of him like beating Mario, and it was like Nope 2020 or whatever. Like, I don't, you know what I'm talking about?
What?
Like it was like have you seen?
Oh, from Nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like so stupid.
That's fucking hilarious.
But like yeah, that like Donkey Kong in general, I'm upset we didn't get to hear his voice because they showed Seth Rogen before and he's like, yeah, I love this shit, you know, like I've always loved Mario, and they're like, thank you, you know, Seth
we
Rogen's
did hear
son.
Luigi, though.
Dude, Luigi is perfect. Charlie
so
Day
good.
is perfect.
So good.
He doesn't even sound like Charlie Day. He sounds like Luigi as Charlie Day. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like
honestly like the perfect. Honestly, the casting is great. Anna Joy Taylor's Peach is
Yeah.
like I like how. I don't know. I was expecting it to be more like girly and woo, you know, but it's like you know, firm
Powerful.
And, yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. You know, she's got a good Peach voice. You know.
she's got a good Peach voice. Everybody's still hating on Mario, but I think we haven't seen enough of it yet.
I think it's gonna be a great movie. I really do. Like, I feel like by the end of the 2 hours or whatever we spend with Chris Pratt, we'll all accept him as Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no way you can't. You know, like I mean, there was like that part where he's just like, "Let's go." You know, like
This brings a question though: are we gonna start seeing like a fully voice-acted Mario universe in the video games after this? Because
I don't know.
Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about this in the news because it's not really news. But I saw this YouTube thing the other day, and like somebody took all the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet like cutscenes, and they edited in like voice acting over it. And it sounds so fucking good. Like, they made it sound... It looks and feels like a fucking straight-up next-gen game. And all you have to do is just add voice acting into it.
Yeah,
and
but they can't do it. They can barely make the game run without voice acting.
I'm just saying, like, it's so stupid how much of a difference it makes. Like,
yeah.
Fucking, it's really neat. And I think the next Pokemon game, like, should seriously fucking have voice acting. Like, I'm sure we'll have a new console by then. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
The Switch has got to be at the end of its life. It can't keep up with modern technology.
It's like crawling right now. It's like, and there's no way they're going to drop fucking Breath of the Wild 2 on this piece of shit. Like, I'm sorry, but the Switch at this point is a piece of shit.
It really is. And it's old. I mean, how old is the Switch? What, like 8 years old or something?
8 years, but it came out 2 years after the Xbox One and PS4 came out, because remember they dropped the Wii U, and like 2 or 3 years into the Wii U they were like, all right, sorry, here's...
And even then it wasn't like super like overpowered. It was just impressive because you could take it with you. You know what I mean?
And now we got the Steam Deck. It's like, all right, Switch.
Which I plan on winning.
Yeah, we got some news on that. But yeah, let's get into what we've been playing. What have you been playing?
Oh, man, let's see. I have been playing Pokemon still a little bit. I'm, like, slowly doing all the in-game stuff. It won't let me do the, like, 7-star raids and stuff until after you, like, beat the whole, like, after the credits, after the this and that bullshit. You know, there's a lot of shit you got to do after the credits.
How... Is it fun, like the after credits shit, or is it like, all right, let's get this over with?
It's kind of like just a quick slog. Like, okay, to be fair, I'm just gonna ruin it. So you know, if you're like really concerned about Pokemon Scarlet spoilers, fucking skip like 2 minutes into the future.
Yeah, skip 40 seconds.
Just hit the 30-second button like 3 times. Anyways. Basically, once you beat the game, once you roll credits on the game, you have to go beat all the gym leaders again in like a fucking, like the main Elite Four girl is like, I need you to go do the gym test for me. I usually go around and test all the gym leaders, and so you go back and you fight the gym leaders and they're harder, and then you do another Elite Four type thing, but it's like a tournament that they're holding at the school. And so you do, like, you battle 4 more people. So basically you do the gym leaders and the Elite Four again. But I
would be really pissed. Yeah. If they're like, you just beat the game, go do it again.
Right?
Yeah, like, that'd be so annoying.
But you can fast travel to all the gyms now. So it's like really, it's almost kind of... But honestly, there's just such an empty, open world, you know what I mean?
The fast travel doesn't take away from too much of it.
Well, it's not just that. It's like you almost just want to fast travel everywhere because there's no point in, like... going across the land. I don't know. It's just kind of like big and boring, and I wish there was more like personality to the world itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you talk about they put a patch in, or like they patched the game a little bit. Have you noticed any
When did
changes?
They do that?
Like days ago, I think.
Really? I played a little bit last night, and it did look really nice. It
looked better.
I didn't notice, like, I thought it might have just... Sometimes before it would act okay, and then it will just kind of like, bug out, you know what I mean? So I thought maybe it was just acting good, but yeah, I guess I did notice. It was looking good last night.
Nice. Okay, talk about whatever else you're playing. I'm listening. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm also still playing God of War. Like on the last week's episode, I felt like it was a little bit closed in, but I think it's a lot like the first God of War game, like not the first God of War game, but like 2018 God of War. Like it just takes a while to get through the intro stuff before it really opens up and starts letting you do all kinds of stuff. I feel like there's like a good amount of like side quests, and each one of them is not only like rewarding like with stuff you get in game, but they're rewarding like with cinematics you get. Like all the like fights and stuff that you get that are optional are either like big epic dragons that have like unique attack patterns and stuff. A lot of the fights feel like Dark Souls fights too, you know what I mean? It's got a very like Dark Souls-y aspect to it. And also like there's a cool thing with the combat, like you can get these resurrection stones, so like if you die you can push circle and like they'll run up and jam a stone into your chest and you come back to life, but you can only use it once and then you have to buy another one. They're super expensive, you know what I mean? So you have to like decide when is a good time to use your resurrection stone. Like, if you just die in, like, a baby fight, you know what I mean, and you waste your resurrection stone, then, like...
You might be screwed later.
Exactly. So, like, sometimes it's better to just let yourself die all the way and then fight your way through the little enemies and save your resurrection stones for, like, the big bosses that you come across and stuff. There's, like, tactical aspects like that to the fights that really make it more engaging and interesting. And the combat is challenging as fuck, but not, like... so hard that you just want to quit playing, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you'll run into an enemy that's, like, frustratingly difficult, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you find their, like, one little weakness, you know what I mean? And you can exploit that and, like, take advantage of it. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. So far, the graphics are obviously really good. The story is getting more and more interesting. Again, okay, I'm going to say a few spoilery things, so hit that 30-second button if you want. But, like... it's not too big of a spoiler, but, like, you know, in the first game, you play as fucking Kratos with Loki at your side the whole game, basically. In this game, you're, like, Last of Us 2ing between Kratos and Loki as characters. So, like, sometimes you're Loki and you're, like, playing as fucking, you know, Loki or Atreus or whatever his name is. And sometimes you're playing as Kratos, you know what I mean? So, like, half the game you have this whole different, faster, bow-focused moveset when you're, you know, Atreus. And then half the game you're typical, you know, Blades of Chaos, you know, Kratos. And I honestly really enjoy, like, every time I get bored with one of them, the game switches me to the other character, you know what I mean? And they all have their own unique, like, side character. Like, so sometimes you're Kratos with Atreus. Sometimes you're Kratos with, like, Freya. Sometimes you're Atreus with Freya. Sometimes you're Atreus with Sindri, who's one of the dwarfs that's with you. Like, you always have a different, like, backup character. And they have, like, different moves that you can upgrade and stuff. And different weapons that you can upgrade for the backup character. And, like, armor sets and stuff. It's a lot of fun. But, yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I wish I had more time to play it as much as I want. Like, if I had a couple days off, I'd really fucking put some time in on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then also, I've gotten around to playing the new Dark Pictures anthology game, The Devil in Me. I got to playing it with Audra. I want to preface this by saying IGN is fucking ridiculous. They gave it a 5 out of 10. Which is absolutely unfair. You know,
I've seen like a couple 7s and stuff.
I feel like 7 might be like fair if you just didn't like the story or whatever. You know what I mean? Or if you just had some problem with like the gameplay mechanics, that's fine. I can deal with the 7, but 5 is just unreasonable. You know what I mean? It is not a 5 out of 10 game. You know what I mean?
I think there's a lot of people that are just kind of like sour on the whole anthology idea in the first place, so they're kind of going in already upset. Like,
well, maybe get some reviewer that isn't so fucking jaded, you know what I mean? Because it's the best game in the fucking series by a long shot. It is easily better than Man of Medan, better than the fucking Pilgrim one. I can't even remember what the fucking Little Hope. It's way better than Man of Medan and Little Hope. I think it's slightly better than the Vampire one. Fucking I don't know. But all of those got like 7s or 8s, you know what I mean? 7.5 or something, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just feels super unfair. But I'll get off of that and just talk about my feelings on the game. I do feel like it's a lot harder than the previous Dark Pictures anthology games or the Quarry. Like, I played on like the normal difficulty. There's like an easy, a normal, and like a super hard. So my girlfriend played on the easy difficulty. I played on the fucking super, or I mean, not the super hard, the normal, just the fucking normal difficulty. Hard as fuck, bro. Like, harder than any of the other fucking Dark Pictures games. By the end of the game, we had killed all of the characters. We literally killed everybody. And I know that you can save everybody, you can kill everybody, you can do anything in between. We managed to fucking kill all of them. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Did that make you want to go back through and...
We're definitely going to go back through. We've already started a second playthrough. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of, like, the mystery we missed out on because we just fucking got killed. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know if the game is scarier than other Dark Pictures games or if just having my girlfriend scream every time something fucking scary happens makes the game feel scarier to me. Because she shrieks, dude. Like, if, like, you open a locker and a cat jumps out at you or something, it's just like, Wah! You know?
A cat jumps out. I like that.
That actually definitely happened one time in the game, and she screamed so loud that our real cats just like fucking blasted off. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. Honestly, I really, really enjoy it. And I think one of the things I like about it more than the other Dark Pictures games or even the Quarry is that it's like not a supernatural thing chasing you or some sort of like thing that ends up being like, oh, it was all in our head, you know? Like, no, you're trapped like Saw style by like a serial killer who's playing fucked up like games with you, you know what I mean? Which I find infinitely more creepy than like hallucinogenic dust or fucking like vampires or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, the idea of like some psychopath trapping me in a house seems more realistic and like tangible, you know what I mean? And therefore is more creepy, you know what I mean? I don't know. The whole game was more unsettling than the typical Dark Pictures game, you know what I mean?
I gotta stop you for a second. Completely, just go on a tangent here. That's nothing. It is related to what you're saying, but not related to the game. I noticed that there was a video of Mandela Effect that like has popped up recently, and it's been about Saw, like the Saw movies, and I was like, okay, what is it? You know, like I want to see if I remember this.
Yeah.
These
lay it
people
on me
are
first to see if I remember it. Hold up.
Okay. What does the character Jigsaw say to like? What's his like signature like thing that he says like whenever the he's got somebody and he like pops up on the recording? Like, what does he say? I want to play a game. Exactly.
Yeah.
These people are dumb. Apparently, everybody thought he said, "Do you want to play a game?" Why would he be asking them, "Do you want to play a game?" Like,
yeah, you don't have a
you're
choice.
already trapped.
Yeah.
Like apparently everybody thought he was like, "Do you want to play a game?" Like, and I'm like, okay, first off,
I think that might actually come from Scary Movie, like maybe translating it differently or something. I don't know, you know?
But that just blows my mind that, like, they're doing a Mandela effect over this. I'm like, bro, no, he's always said, like, just think of the context and everything. I mean, maybe I'm from the universe where, like, it was said correctly or something, but I definitely remember him saying,
we were also like at the perfect age for that shit to burn itself into our brains forever. You know what I mean? Like,
right. We even made like parodies and shit. Like, remember with Chief and everybody?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. We did that. I want to play a game. I want to play a game. Just for anybody out there who's got the Mandela effect fucked up, you're fucked up. Anyways, so yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. So that's what you've been playing? You got more?
That's what I've been playing so far.
I've only been playing Warzone 2 and working on my own game, which I've been showing Brent like little prototypes and stuff.
Not gonna lie, you're a little.
I'm getting there, dude.
He's got a game where you shoot pizzas at deer, and
it's like
next level. It's next gen. Ray tracing.
It's just like my practice prototype stuff that I've been learning through like the Unity course and whatnot. They're like, all right, make something like this, do this, and like I'm not just like going and copying code. I am learning code. I am learning to program in C#. It's great. I'm getting there.
Incredibly impressive.
Give me a couple more months, and I'm going to be making games, boys.
Last week, he had a ball rolling down the hill. This week, he has a legit Flash game that you would play on, like, Newgrounds. Next week, who knows? You know?
Fucking God of War 2018. No,
I just come in, it's just straight up fucking Kratos.
I just remake God of War like in a week.
Check out my thing I've been working on. It's just boom, ba-da-da.
Like, yeah, dude, AAA games more like AAA lame, dude. I'm fucking going Quince A, dude. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I've been playing a lot of Warzone 2, a lot of DMZ. I just love DMZ.
I need to jump on the DMZ with you.
Oh, dude, get on there with me because I have some more.
You show me the ropes. You know?
Have you not done DMZ yet?
I really haven't been playing much Warzone at all because I don't know. I just don't get on it very much.
You and Breezy, all right, and Breezy, like, he played a lot of the first Warzone with me, but he's stuck on Overwatch 2, which is just ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
He was really into Overwatch 1 back in the day, you know?
He's like gold. He's like ranked gold 3 or something right now. So he's going up there. He's and that's why he's playing it, because he likes the rank shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, All right, bro. Well, you better fucking reach the top because you're missing out on all this fun Warzone.
I'll play a little fun Warzone with you.
Yeah, you gotta get on there. Okay, we're gonna say
I just suck. I need a bodyguard, you know.
That's
I need you to
what I'm
protect
here
me
for.
here, you know.
What are you playing tonight when you get off work?
Probably. It depends on if my girlfriend is trying to play, you know, the devil with me.
The
devil in me.
The devil with me.
The devil with me.
Yeah. No. So that's the thing.
How late do you
Let
stay
me know.
up though?
I'm not too late of a stay-upper.
Late owl, you know?
Like
most of the time when I get around to playing Warzone or something, it's like 3 a.m. or something.
Holy
and I'm like,
shit!
You know, going in for a solo match or something. You know?
I could wait till midnight, maybe. You know, like I don't know about.
You don't have
3
to like
a.m.
wait up or anything. You know, I'm sure we could figure something out. I'm off tomorrow and on Thursday.
I'm off tomorrow as well, so at some point tomorrow we could probably hop on there if
Bro,
you can't
I oughta
tonight.
just come over here and fucking we could have like, is your internet strong enough to do two at the same? Because I could just get on your Xbox and you could be in here and we could fucking like.
You would have to like
yell
sign
at
into
each
your
other.
Xbox like account and all that shit.
I don't know if I have gold.
Exactly.
Do you have to have gold?
Yes.
Do you have gold?
I do, but it would be my account that I'm already playing on my PC. I like
see.
cross play my
Okay.
save. So yeah, we'll just play. We'll just play online. We'll just get online, get some shit
I could
on.
bring
there.
my PS5 up here.
You could do that.
It's not very hard to transport,
No.
despite it being the size of a goddamn
car. You
Like
just have
a-
to strap
like a
it on the
fucking
top of your
tower,
shit.
Just like
You gotta buy a fucking like a trailer for the back of your vehicle to carry it over here.
you know, like those big monoliths they were finding out in the desert for a while. That's what it reminds
Like
me
in
of. It's like-
Space Odyssey, you know. Or like in fucking what's Dead Space? Like,
Speaking of which, have you been seeing the extremely mixed reviews for Callisto
Callisto?
Protocol?
I said that it probably wasn't gonna be that good.
Well,
I
so
said it
what's
wasn't.
weird is like there's no in between. The reviewers are giving it either 5 out of 10s or like 10 out of 10s. Like some places are giving it straight 5 out of 5.
Who gave
10
it
out
a
of-
10?
I know that PC Fanatic or something gave it a 5 out of 5, and like, hang on, let me
Because I know IGN gave it a 7.
let me pull up the review roundup real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. We're in the news now, boys. Just so you guys know, and girls, sorry, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're just bringing them all to one place, giving you the news, so you don't have to go search it up. You know what I'm saying? We keep you on the up and up.
Here, I'm sorry, I'm pulling up a review roundup here.
Okay, all right. Let's get like a little like summary of, like the roundup.
Okay, here's GameSpot's review roundup. Okay, GameSpot gave it a 5 out of 10.
Okay. A solid 5.
Game Reactor gave it a 9 out of 10.
Insane.
Yeah, I can even read the.
I don't know
things
who
if you
Game
want.
Reactor is though. That could be some dude like with his own
Well,
website.
GameSpot felt they were worthy of like mentioning. So,
Yeah.
Skill Up says, "I do not recommend." That's, I guess they have a recommend or do not recommend basis. Dexerto gave it a 5 out of 5. IGN gave it a 7 out of 10. And VGC gave it a 3 out of 5. So it seems like the reviews are like leaning towards negative, you know what I mean? But there's a handful that seem to have really enjoyed it, you know what I mean? Like at least 2 of these reviewers really, really liked it. And the other ones just kind of fucking hated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the majority of people have been down on it, not just because of the game but itself, but apparently there's been a lot of PC issues.
I know a lot of people that are playing it and like, that aren't like professional reviewers that seem to be enjoying it a lot. You know what I mean? But they're all playing it on PS5. And
PC is the main
console
the main culprit.
experience seems to be really good.
I mean, I've heard it's not scary at all. It's mainly just like
action focused.
Yeah, which is where I don't really care. Like I wanted it to be scary. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a huge.
Well, I mean, like so it's weird because some of these like the totally different fucking reviews here. Like some of them say like the game isn't scary. Some of them say it's a triumph.
It's a triumph,
Some
dude.
of them say survival horror is anything but dead. It's like it's weird because it's more of a striking modern mimic than a scary new mutation. Like, I don't know.
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place. People don't seem to know how to feel about this, And I kind of want to form my own opinion, but I'm not going to pay full price for a game that's so up in the air, even though I did that with Pokemon and The Devil in Me.
Yeah, but Pokemon's kind of
but
like
I knew I would like both of those games.
It's Pokemon.
It's like, I know no matter how much you change the formula, I'm going to be a fan of the fucking Dark Pictures games. Or how much you change the formula, I'm going to be a fan of Pokemon. Like, even if it's got a bad review, I can still find the fun in it,
Yeah.
But also with Dead Space itself, right around the corner, it's almost like I kind of want to just see which one gets better reviews and then fuck with that, because they're both going to be similar experiences for sure.
I'd rather wait for Dead Space, because at least I know Dead Space is a good game.
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol, I've seen, like, I can just go YouTube the death animations and get, like, whatever. That's the hype around the game, is that it's, like, brutal or whatever.
If you want a brutal game, that fucking Devil in Me game is hardcore as fuck. Like, the death animations and that shit are just fucking ridiculous. It's almost, like, gross. Like, it's almost a little extreme at points.
I think that's what Callisto was going for. There's, like, I watched one of the death animations, like, somebody, it was, like, going viral. And basically, like, this monster, like, comes out and grabs you, and he just starts punching your face, and your face, like, folds in, kind of. Like, it's, like, dented, and the guy's like, oh! And then he just, like, smashes your face into oblivion. And it's like, okay, all right.
Well, that sucks, but, that also does sound horrifying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the idea of that happening,
Yeah, but it's a different type of horrifying. That's more like horrifying, like, damn, that's fucked up. Not like something's gonna pop out of the dark. Okay. It's not the dread.
So like usually I don't die that much in games, right? So like when I do die in one of those situations happens where I just get my shit smashed in like that.
Yeah.
The next time I see that fucking thing come around the corner,
I'm gonna avoid it.
I still have that sense of fear because I know what the fuck it's about to do to me.
True.
What I mean? Like
the problem though, I feel like in this one is that you're like fully capable of not having that happen. Like you could just
that's one of the
kill
I saw
the shit
a
out of
reviewer that was saying that the game gets too easy by the end game because of all the like power-ups and stuff you have, which I find a lot of modern games have that problem. Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla was bad about that. By the end of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I was just fucking literally God.
That's why I like Outlast, because there's no power-ups and shit. You're just fucking walking around trying not to get murked.
Yeah, totally.
And that's what works with horror nowadays, like, or at least for me. Like, I feel like you can't really have a horror game.
I think the Resident Evil
with
games
a gun.
do a good balance of guns and horror.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's because they place you in like they kind of make it to where the further you get, the less you have. Like, yeah, you get more guns, but you got less ammo. You got and it doesn't ever respawn.
A lot of the horror is like the ammo management aspect of it. It's like, should I pull the trigger? Because if I do, I'm gonna need. I always end up with all my good guns at the end of the game that I've never even shot because I'm like waiting for the perfect moment to like.
Though I feel like the Resident Evil 2 remake is they kind of fucked up, because like in the old ones it was easier to avoid the zombies and like just get around them. And this one, they're like magnetized to you. If you are walking in their direction, they will grab you, like even if you try to get around them. It's like but then they limit your ammo.
This one you can have a knife so you can cancel out. Like,
no, because the knife is breakable. You can only use the knife, like that's where they fucked up, is that in the old one, the knife you had at all times. In this one, the knife actually takes damage and will break after like being used several times.
Yeah, but there's like plenty of knives you can get, you know what
It's like 3 for the whole game.
I feel like there's more. I never had a problem like with that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh, I did. Once I got to the boss and I wasted all my ammo and shit.
There are a few like areas where I would get swarmed. Like, okay, you know the part where you like crawl under the fucking thing and like there's like, oh man, where you got to put the power fuse in at that first. It's like the very first thing you
right
do.
At the beginning with
There's a fuckload of zombies in that area that'll fuck with you, like, and swarm you, and they keep respawning over and over
your
again.
first playthrough will be fine. I'm talking about if you try to go back through as
as Claire.
As Claire. Yeah, like
Yeah, I didn't have that.
you're
issue.
fucked. Like, or at least I was. Like, because by the time I got to the first boss, and I got to I
They
started.
switch everything around as Claire. All the weapons and stuff, all the ammo, it's all in different places whenever you're playing the Claire playthrough.
Yes, but once you get to the boss, you have to fight the boss, and if you run out of ammo while fighting the boss, you're just fucked because you can't punch, you can't kick or anything. Like, all you can do is just stand there and die. And then once you die, it respawns you like so far back, depending on your save, like depending on where you saved and all this shit.
Yeah.
It was really kind of a fucked up
I
situation.
don't know. I guess I didn't have that issue, fortunately for me.
It played out bad for me, is what happened. So,
That's always the worst.
Yeah.
You know?
But anyways, just hours after Star Wars Jedi Survivor's release date was seemingly leaked, which is March 15th, which is not too far, but it's pretty far, in my opinion.
To me, that's perfect because there's so much good shit between then and now. It'll give me a little, you know what I mean?
True. EA has revealed that gameplay for the highly anticipated title will appear at the Game Awards 2022 later this week. So, and we also got like a brand new piece of art for Star Wars Jedi Survivor showing Cal Kestis and his droid BD-1. So
that's exciting. I'm excited about that.
I am too. I'm glad we're going to get to see some of that at Game Awards. That alone will make me watch Game Awards just to see that.
Yeah, speaking of which, the Game Awards are happening December 8th, if you didn't gather that from the last thing we talked about. They're starting with a 30-minute pre-show at 4:30 p.m. PT, followed by the main show at 5 p.m. PT. Award winners will be announced from over 30 categories across general gaming and esports, including Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, and new award for Best Game Adaptation or Best Adaptation of a Video Game IP into another form of media. That's a fun category. The event will also feature announcements involving 40 to 50 games, according to an Epic Game interview with Keeley, who calls this year's event the biggest show ever.
He says that every year.
Yeah.
Shut up, Keeley.
But this year I bet we will have a lot of shit. I bet Xbox will announce a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I really do, but I doubt it. I feel like last year was exciting, but like they didn't show too much, or maybe I'm mixing it up with Summer of Games. Like I can't remember what's what now, and what we saw last year. So I'm excited, but we'll see.
I think there's always at least one thing to get hyped about with the Game Awards. Even if it's just a single announcement, there'll be at least one crazy thing, you know?
Oh, definitely.
One more Game Awards thing, and then I'll stop talking about it. Next week's Game Awards show looks to be a big event, and as usual, it'll be available to watch on a wide range of platforms. If you need some motivation to watch it through Valve's PC client Steam, the company plans to give users a few hundred reasons as to why they should ditch YouTube, Twitch, and IMAX for its platform. As part of the official Game Awards collaboration, Valve will give out a Steam Deck every minute to one lucky viewer in the US, Canada, UK, and European Union. And last year, the show was like 3 hours long, so God only knows how many they're going to give out. To stand a chance to win one of these hybrid PC gaming systems, all you have to do is pre-register. So if you want a chance at this, you should probably go ahead and do that right now. Have a valid Steam purchase from between November 14th, 2021 and November 14th, 2022. So, you know, hopefully you've bought something in the last
a whole year.
Yeah. Be in good standing and not have a limited account. If you meet these requirements and watch the live stream of the Game Awards, you'll stand a chance to win a 512 gigabyte Steam Deck model. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people pre-registering.
Oh, for sure. But, you know, I mean, I'm not expecting to win, but, you know, that's still pretty neat. And, you know, the chances aren't exactly like as bad as they could be if they're giving away one every minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it one every minute, like...
Probably not
to
including
the world, or is it like one every, or like
it's the contest
one per like you know what am I thinking here? One per country or like per union or whatever.
So the contest is only valid in the U.S., Canada, and like 2 other countries, I think.
Yeah, but do you get one per country?
No, it's not. It's not per country. I think. You know,
because
what I
that
mean?
would make the odds way better. But
Yeah.
like if they're just giving away one like overall
I think
per
you have
minute.
to be watching. You have to be logged into Steam and actively watching through the Steam platform.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
get it,
That's
but-
part of the thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's interesting. You know.
Yeah. Could be. Like, I don't know if I'd want to watch something through Steam. That just sounds like a weird way to watch something.
Well, I'm definitely watching it.
Well,
through
of course, yeah. But, you know. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. You could get yourself a free Steam Deck.
That's what I'm saying, man.
There you go. Okay, so apparently... Hold on, which one should I go to? So, we do have some... well, I guess this is not like that big of a deal because of Game Pass, but Xbox is preparing to join other major game publishers in raising their first-party game prices to $70 beginning in 2023. But
That's base.
all first-party games on Xbox are coming to Game Pass day one. So if you have Game Pass, this doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, this just makes Game Pass a better deal.
Yeah, I feel like that's what they thought. They were like, yeah, if we just make it $70 per first-party game, then people will just buy Game Pass.
I mean, unfortunately, that's just kind of the industry standard now. You know, it is what it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it is happening beginning in 2023, so I assume on January 1st is when it's going down. So, yeah, there you go on that. And then I guess I'll drop one more since you got a couple off on there. Cyberpunk 2077 is getting a Game of the Year edition.
Okay, interesting. With its one DLC.
Yeah, well, they're not putting it out until the Phantom Liberty expansion is
Until
released.
the one DLC comes out.
Yeah, in 2023. So, it says, as reported by Polish website Stockwatch and spotted by Insider Gaming, CD Projekt Red president and joint CEO Adam Kaczynski said during a recent investors conference that Cyberpunk 2077 will follow in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt's footsteps and receive the new edition that includes all previously released DLC in one package. So, one
All
DLC.
previously. All of it.
Yeah, it's just the natural order of things, he said. So,
Is it even a paid DLC?
yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That would just be silly.
But yeah, so it doesn't say a price or anything, but it is happening. So
Okay.
there
Cool.
you go.
All right, let's see. Kung Fu beat 'em up game Sifu will reportedly be adapted into a live-action feature film.
Make it stop, please. Like, how are they going to represent that? Because, I mean, I get the story, but it's such a basic story, one. And then, two, the only really cool thing about it is the gameplay mechanics. It's like,
I mean, it's obviously just going to be like a cool action movie, you know?
like
It's gonna
John Wick or
it's gonna
something.
be- yeah, exactly. It's going to be John Wick.
That's all I'm saying. It's like, we don't need that. Like, who's doing it?
I mean, why not?
Who's
you know?
making it?
Would you rather have John Wick 7, you know?
It's already happening. That's what I'm saying. John Wick 4 is
I know.
coming out.
My point is, you know, we can have other action movies
Oh, for sure.
than John Wick, you know?
Yeah,
what
but
I mean?
I'm just saying this story it's overplayed.
It is. It is.
You know, I think I'm one of the only people who's just not excited about these like video game to movie adaptations.
Look, this isn't about the story.
Besides
okay?
Mario,
This is
I feel
about
like
the
Mario's the
Kung Fu.
only story that doesn't exist because like there's no other movie that's just like about Italian plumbers going into fucking, you know, like whatever the fuck that is, Mushroom Kingdom. You know, it's like if it's something crazy and wild like that, sure, yeah, exciting. But like if you're just like, hey, we're gonna take this kung fu story that's already been told in every other kung fu story and make it into a movie, but it's gonna be called Sifu. It's like, okay, cool, I guess. But
Look, man, you don't go into the kung fu movies for the story, okay? You go in for the kung fu. you
yeah,
know?
exactly. But I think the whole exciting part about Sifu is that you're taking a movie and turning it into a video game. So then they're gonna
You mean
now
you're taking a video game and turning
No.
it into a movie?
no, I'm saying Sifu the game
okay.
is the fact you're taking kung fu
Movies and turning
movies
it,
and making it into a playable thing
Right,
that's
right.
fun.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna be like, now we're turning it right back around and
making
turning it
it
into a movie. It'd be
Yeah, you're right, because the whole premise is just every kung fu cliche jammed into one game.
that
Yeah.
you can play and feel. It's like, wow, this feels like a kung fu movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, so let's make it a movie. You know, like, I don't know. That's just my mindset on that. Where it's like, is this necessary? No. Is it going to be good? Probably not. You know, oh, wait, hold on. We got somebody. Nope, don't even. It was something from Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Probably a spam. But anyways, so it's just like, you know, that's my whole thing on it. There's certain games that like obviously need movies or TV shows like The Last of Us because it's something special, you know, or like it's something that it has been done, but it hasn't been done, I guess. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But there's something special to it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
sure.
even that I'm iffy about. You know, like I didn't watch the Halo show because I'm like,
the Halo show was dope. I enjoyed the Halo show. It just wasn't like the Halo games, and people need to accept that. You know, it's not like, you know, if you
it just had the Halo name on it.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was more than that. You know, it was interesting enough. If you like I don't know. I liked it. I liked it a lot. If you could get past the cheesy CG and the fucking, you know, obvious like differences than the actual games, like
seeing his face and
it's an enjoyable show.
And his butt cheeks didn't they
you
show?
See a lot of his ass.
Yeah, you see a lot of Master Chief. Aster
He's
Chief,
got that
you know?
Master Aster.
Yeah, you see that ass. That Aster Chief, dude.
I thought the plot was fun and interesting, and I am excited for a season 2. But, you know, I might be the only one. But I think they're definitely going to make a season 2 because it was the best. Like, it got more fucking playtime than, like, any other show on Paramount Plus or whatever the fuck it aired on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not saying much, though. It's Paramount Plus, so what else is on there?
But still, you know, I'm just glad they're going to do another season of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if it was on Netflix or something, it might have got canceled. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You put it even on Prime, it would have got canceled. But like,
I don't know, Netflix fun. Like, if a show gets even a little bit of attention, they'll give it a fucking second or third season. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, Netflix has been canceling shit like left and right.
They cancel shit, but they also give fucking like season 2s to like some fucking weird shows, bro. Like, it's strange, man. Like, some of those shows you wouldn't think are getting next seasons are definitely getting next seasons, you know? Like, I didn't think Lock and Key was going to get a second season, and they have since canceled it, you know what I mean? But it got a second season, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they tried.
They gave it a chance, you know?
But yeah.
You hear Mike Flanagan signed a deal with Amazon?
Who the fuck is Mike Flanagan again?
The guy who did the Haunting of Hill House and the Bly Manor and all those shows.
He got a deal with who?
Amazon. The Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like ever since Haunting of Hill House, like it's just been downhill ever since. Like Bly Manor was trash in my opinion. It was
Bly Manor wasn't scary, but it wasn't trash. It was just it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just went in with expectations, you know, and like he's one of those people that's like, whatever you think I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it.
I didn't watch his one show that everybody really liked.
The Midnight Club or whatever.
No, I watched Midnight Club and I enjoyed Midnight Club, but I didn't watch Midnight Mass.
Oh, that's the one that I thought was trash. And Bly Manor. Like
I didn't watch Midnight Mass. I've heard mixed reviews about it. I liked Bly Manor. I liked Hill House. I liked Midnight Club.
Yeah. I thought Midnight Mass was not good, but like I thought Bly Manor was okay until they explained away all the scary parts, and I was like, well, fuck you. You just made it not scary. Like, you just turned around and made all the scary shit, like the broke neck lady, like you turned her into like a sympathetic, like, oh, she actually wasn't trying to hurt you. And it's like, okay, well then why the fuck do I care? You know, like, I want to be scared. And that's my problem. I like being scared, and I go into these scary things expecting to be scared. And then they're not. They're action, or they're like it's like a sad story, or like like give me something scurry, man.
I'll tell you what's scary. Like, my thing is, like, nothing scares me anymore after playing through Resident Evil 7 in VR. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get scared from movies and shit anymore. Like,
at least it's because you've reached the pinnacle of scare. You know, like,
I guess so.
It's not because you go in, like expecting it and you're told this is going to be scary. or at least I don't know. I don't even know at this point. Maybe I just can't be scared. Maybe you can't scare me unless it's like physical harm. Like unless you're gonna scare me with physical harm.
That's why those fuckers are paying money to go to those like haunted houses where you have to sign a waiver to go through and shit. You know what I mean?
But I'm not gonna do that
No,
either.
me either.
Like that's just too much work and effort. Like I want to be scared like from a video. Yeah, like or a movie or like. Yeah. I don't want to have to go out and like pay people to fucking throw me in a hole somewhere.
I'm telling you need to get on that VR horror, bro. That's where the next level lies.
Oh, I believe it. And I think it's going to happen. I'm going to get VR. I just got to wait, until I feel like it's there for me.
Yeah. I think PSVR 2 is going to be a big step in the right direction because we got the OLED screens again finally. That's the
but I don't have I don't have a PlayStation.
Yeah, I know. I'll bring mine over here though.
Yeah, there we go. But I want one. I want VR, but I want to wait until there's one that's worth getting.
Yeah.
Like because right now, like if I would have got Quest like maybe
I wouldn't get Quest
several years ago, sure, it would have been worth it. But
I think it's
too
on
late.
the way out. I think Quest 3 is coming if you do want Quest, My thing is I'm not buying another headset that's got LED screens in it. Like, I don't like the washed out grays, I really want that like true black. It makes a big difference,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel you on that. Okay, let's see what we got. Some bad news for well, I mean, it's only been bad news for Halo. So Tom French, Halo Infinite's multiplayer creative director who has worked on the franchise for over 11 years, has left 343 Industries. French announced the news on Twitter saying he is off to quote-unquote new adventures, but is so proud of his time working alongside Master Chief.
That bastard.
Yeah, he said after over 11 and a half years.
Give me co-op. Local co-op.
On Halo, I step out of my Spartan armor for the last time today to head off.
You better step back in there and give me some local
Get
co-op.
your ass back in the armor. He's just like, what? No, for the last time today to head off to new adventures. It's been a massive honor to have been part of a game I love so much as a player and admire so much as a developer. I couldn't be more proud of my time at 343. So now I'm hopping off of the fucking plane while it's burning. No, but he didn't say he didn't say that last part, but basically that's how I feel about it.
Good Lord.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so there you go. Yeah.
Rocky Demise says Skyrim in VR is low-key a horror game. It really is, though.
What does it say? Master Cheeks. Oh, this is, Rocky Demise. Okay, Skyrim in VR is according to you guys,
no, it really is, though. That shit is terrifying. Like, the noises that you hear in those dungeons are just like fucking the bones rattling and stuff, and then those fucking Draugr guys coming at you. Fucking terrifying.
Really?
Terrifying.
I think just the overall like trying to understand how to play it in VR like is the UI of Skyrim in VR is a horrific thing. But
no facts. If you mod the shit out of it like Devin, it feels more like a normal VR game. Like you can mod it to where you can like put stuff on your waist and stuff, which is really cool.
Instead of having to go into menus and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. What you got, Brent?
Oh, I'll tell ya.
I'll tell ya.
Deep Silver announced that all copies of Saints Row 4 on PC will automatically be upgraded to the Re-Election Edition for free on December 8th. This also applies to PC-exclusive Saints Row 4 Game of the Century Edition. With the Re-Elected Edition, players will have access to several additional DLC packs, such as Enter the Dominatrix and How the Saints Save Christmas, as well as a bunch of outfits and weapons. Deep Silver also warned that all other versions of Saints Row 4 and its separate DLC packs will be removed from PC storefronts on the same day. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. This one, I don't know how much of this is technically. Okay, none of this is technically video game news, in my opinion, but I have to bring it up. And I feel like because it's pushing us towards a video game-ish future, a cyberpunk future that I'm ready for. All right. So Elon Musk wants his brain chip.
Hold on.
he wants his brain chip company Neuralink to begin human trials within the next 6 months. During a recent show and tell event, the billionaire revealed that the company would attempt to use the implants to allow blind people to see via cameras, help individuals with spinal injuries communicate, and possibly even regain the use of their bodies. And I watched this like thing where he was talking about it.
I saw a presentation about it back in the day where he put it in pigs. Is this more recent than that?
This happened like a week ago.
Oh, okay.
He like came out and gave like this thing where he was like, we believe that even if somebody's spinal cord has been severed, we can make them walk again and use their body parts.
Fucking incredible.
How fucking incredible is that? And I just got to say, everybody's hating on this. They're just like, yo, fuck Elon Musk. I'm like, bro, do you guys not realize what he's saying is possible?
Me up, E-Daddy.
Yeah, dude. Chip me up.
I saw in the demonstration where they actually like showed like living animals that had the fucking chips in their head. Like they had a pig that had 2 different ones in at the same time. Like he had one on each side of the brain, and like fucking he was still just pigging around doing his fucking little pig thing. You know what I mean? And they said you can take them out too, which is crazy. Like if you decide that you don't want the chip in anymore, they can replace the part of your skull that they cut out and fucking like.
Yeah, it's like you know, if you don't feel like walking and having your, you know, like if you're a person like now.
I think he's saying like if you wanted to get one for a more mundane function.
Oh
like
yeah, just for normal ass
music
shit.
in your brain or something, like you could do that. You know what I mean? Like.
Or having quicker reflexes and like, you know, like that's one thing he did mention.
That's a thing like gonna be fucking sports fucking people are gonna be taking advantage of this shit. Like holy shit.
Like he's been tested for Neuralink, you know, like
imagine a boxer like just gets punched in the right spot in their head and their Neuralink turns off and then their reflexes just get all slow.
Somebody said or Rocky Demise says, if it was Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'd be on board. Anything involving Elon, hard pass. His cars drive straight through motorcycles. Look, man, okay, you got to realize it's not out yet. It's not going to be out for a while. Yeah. All he's saying right now is that they're going to go through the human trial part of it. Look, so you basically have to be a willing participant. You have to go in. It's got to be like approved by the FDA. You got to go through all this bullshit. And honestly, I would not trust bullshit from Neil deGrasse Tyson at this point. I honestly think Neil deGrasse Tyson has kind of been on a decline, like because he's running out of bits to say. You know, like I feel like he's ran out of things to just like, if you go outside and you touch the grass and you look up in the sky and you see the stars, everything's crazy. Right? You know, like I feel like the dude just fucking gets off on hearing himself at this point. Because like he says the same shit over and over again. I can't take it. I used to love Neil deGrasse Tyson, let's be real. And I still do to an extent, but I do think he's getting a little overhyped because he doesn't really do shit anymore. He just talks. But I think that's his thing. Game Speak podcast ASMR segment. Yeah, like I feel like that's what he is. He's like an ASMR physicist. Like he just like comes on, he has a voice that's like soothing, and he just kind of tells you shit that science is actually already doing, but like he just tells you in like a bite-size type of way. It's like getting a Kit Kat bar, you know, just fucked in your ear. You know, like I like it, but it's not that great. You know, after a while, you're like, shit, I have diabetes now. You know, I'm not actually learning shit anymore. I'm just hearing this dude talk soothingly.
Yeah, no, you got a good point.
But that's just my opinion. If we're comparing the two, I think, to be honest, as much as like, and I get it, Elon Musk is a controversial character, sure. But I think he has done more for humanity than Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Absolutely.
They're not even in the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't out inventing shit. He tells you about the shit that's been invented. That's all he does, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now,
Elon Musk is literally like flying people to space for the government at a lower price than the fucking government. Like, you know what I mean?
The only reason I feel like NASA is back is because they felt like, oh, fuck, this guy's doing shit. Fuck, God dang it. You know, so like if if Elon Musk didn't exist,
I don't
honestly
think the
think
Artemis
NASA
moon missions would exist right now, or the fucking like a lot of the shit that's going on with NASA. You know?
Yeah, I also don't think there'd be a lot of places in the world that would be able to get internet because he's got his satellites up there. That's another thing people like to talk shit on, but I'm like, dude, what? Like, I don't understand where things are bad. You know, of course there's going to be things that suck.
He's
like he
polluting
messed up.
space, damn it.
So are we. So is every fucking thing that NASA has ever done. You know, like that's just how it works. You know, if you want to move forward, you have to fuck up. You can't make a game without bugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just expect to get better without being fucked up. And I hear a lot of people saying these things, you know, and it's like, have you ever been to the gym? You got to fail. You got to fucking suck at shit for a while before it's good. But at least he's attempting it. That's my thing. Wait, hold on. He said, bugs? You mean features? Exactly. Well, not necessarily. Of course, you can't look at every bug as a feature. You can't look at a bug and just say, hey, fuck it, it's a bug, let's keep it. And that's my thing, is that I don't think he's trying to do that. I think he's trying to look at these bugs and he's like, fuck, that sucks, let's fix it. You know?
Speaking of like seeing a bug and just leaving it on purpose because it's hilarious, I have come this close to buying Goat Simulator 3 like 4 times. It looks so funny, and it's only like $30. Fucking, I don't know. The first one always was like a fun like.
It's a fun game.
Park, you know, it's just a goofy game. You know,
it's like
I saw some reviews of the second one, and it looks it looks really entertaining. Like
the third one, right? There is no second one.
There is no. They skipped number 2 and went straight to 3 just for.
I like that
because they're just wacky like that. You know.
Yeah, and speaking of bugs being features, can we talk about Todd Howard, dude?
Oh,
he came out here.
So, hey, I didn't watch the actual interview with Lex Freeman or whatever. I watched a little bit of it, but I was like in a car with a bunch of people, and
I'm sure they didn't want to listen. Yeah. No, so I did, though, for the most part. Like, I got through all the good, interesting stuff.
Give me the highlights.
He basically didn't really give us too much, but, I mean, like, it was more so if you're interested in how things are done at Bethesda, or you're interested in the like, I guess like the concepts that they like and the themes. Theme was a word that he used a lot. Not Todd Howard specifically, but Lex Freeman. Is it Freeman or Friedman? I always forget.
No idea,
I always forget. But anyways, he's great. Lex is a great interviewer in my opinion. He gets a lot of people on there that just, it's like, what the fuck? We got John Carmack. Now we got Todd Howard. You know, and
we had a Joe Rogan the other day with Lex Freeman on it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I saw it on the list.
I'm not going to watch Joe Rogan get interviewed because I already know, I've heard enough of Joe Rogan to know.
I think he's technically the interviewer, but I guess he'd be, you know.
Wait, what?
Joe Rogan, Lex Freeman went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
And vice versa. Joe Rogan went on Lex Freeman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
So where I'm like, I don't need to hear Joe Rogan tell me about Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? You get.
No, plenty of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I hear a lot of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You know, just watch his show. But anyway, so or listen to his show. But anyways, Todd Howard talked about a lot of cool stuff. He talked about the new in Indiana Jones game that they're working on.
Yeah.
He did mention that he has.
You say it was Sway?
Yeah. I mean, he said it's going to be good. And, you know, he said, like, he originally went and talked to Disney back in the day about making the Indiana Jones game. Or he talked to George Lucas about it, or Lucas Games, and they were like, well, we want to publish it, you know, and whatever. And they were like, well, we're a publisher. This was back whenever Bethesda was a publisher, you know, and now that they're purchased by Microsoft, they're like, well, we don't have to publish it anymore, you know, so like we don't have to have like these you know, all these different things.
Was the publisher, right? Or
no. Yeah, ZeniMax or some. It's very
under
complicated.
Some sort of blanket thing that Microsoft bought the whole fucking company. But yeah,
yes.
I totally feel you.
Yeah, now they don't have to worry about the whole publishing aspect of it, and like they don't have to worry about somebody else telling them what to do. Microsoft has basically just been like, "Hey, you guys do whatever the fuck you want, you know, but you know, we just want it out." like at some point. That's
Yeah.
all we got to say is like they're and they're not even pushing that. They allowed them to delay the game to do whatever features they want, whatever bugs they want to put in the game,
Yeah.
or features, they're allowed, let them do their thing. So it was just kind of confirming that things are going well. That's all it was, is that he's like, yeah, I feel comfortable about what's happening right now.
I think Starfield's going to be sick.
Yes.
I'm hyped about that.
And he did confirm it will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. But I don't think that matters because...
I don't think that's a surprise to anybody either there,
Yeah, we got Game Pass.
Yeah.
He did confirm that too. Game Pass. Great. So...
Did he say anything about Game Pass, like his thoughts on Game Pass, or is it just like... Did he just say it's coming to Game Pass?
Todd Howard's
Yeah.
thoughts? He loves it.
He said he liked Game Pass?
Yeah. Like, I feel like I don't think there's a reason to not like...
Well, some developers are kind of weird about it. Like, the Take-Two guy is kind of fucking adamant about him not wanting to release his first-party games on Game Pass and stuff. You know what I mean?
Take-Two?
The guys who do Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but they're not owned by Xbox.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, I mean, my thing is, like, do you think Todd Howard really feels that way, or do you think he's just being candid because he's like, or like, do you think he's not being candid? I don't know. Do you think it's just because he's under the Microsoft umbrella that he's like a Game Pass? Yeah. Or like, if he was on his own, do you think he'd have a different opinion? You know what I mean?
I don't know. He didn't really get that far. So Rocky Demise says, I don't know who he's talking about specifically. He says, but he's also feeling some pressure because it's about moving systems. So, Rocky Demise, could you give me a little bit more information on what you mean by that? Because I do want to hear your. I don't know if you're like making a joke because you have made some jokes, or if you're serious. So, explain to me what you mean by that, please. But. I don't know. It's a really interesting listen. That's all I got to say. He doesn't just talk about Starfield. He actually talks about Skyrim. He talks about not Skyrim. Well, he does. He talks about all of it. Elder Scrolls. No, just all of it in general. He talks about Morrowind. He goes into
the part
like
I listened to. He was talking about Daggerfall a lot and Arena.
Daggerfall. That's because they didn't get to. It was funny listening to this robotic Lex be like, so like, whenever you made Arena. Okay, so Rocky Demise says Todd Howard said in an interview that it's different now because they weren't concerned about their games being the reason to buy a system. Oh, yeah. He did say that. He did say that he feels a little bit more pressure to make sure it's good, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. I mean, because you know that you are the console seller. You know what I mean? You know that you're the fucking big game. And especially when not any other big games are coming out, it's like you know that Xbox is kind of like relying on you right now.
to be the one.
Yeah. Because on the horizon, Starfield is the most exciting thing. Like probably out of anything that's coming out. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of cool shit coming out. You know what I mean?
But let's be real, though. I feel like Oblivion was a console seller, just in general.
Absolutely.
I feel like people bought video game consoles, not just one specific one, in general, just because they wanted to play Oblivion.
Well, the thing is, Oblivion was pushing the fucking 360 to its fucking limits. You know what I mean?
Dude.
And the 360 was a powerhouse when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you looked at, like...
or Fallout 3.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
That's another one.
I remember, but see, like, Oblivion came out around the same time as the fucking 360 was launched. And, like, there was, like, video game articles and stuff and, like, gamer magazines and stuff. And you'd see screenshots from, like, Oblivion, and you're like, wow, is that a fucking cutscene? Like, what is going on? And it's the fucking actual game. You know what I mean? And that's another thing, though, is like that at that point in Bethesda's career, they were pushing fucking graphical fidelity to another level. You know what I mean? Like, games didn't look like that. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's less about, like,
the graphics
and more about the experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I trust that it's going to be good just because... and I think this could go, it depends on your perspective. Because some people will say, well, I don't trust it because it's Bethesda. Or you could say, I do trust this is going to be a good fucking awesome game because it's Bethesda.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you feel about Bethesda and how you feel about their type of games.
I feel like it's such a like regardless of like it's a new game, So even if it has all of the old mechanics of fucking Skyrim and Fallout and it's basically just a reskin, I'm still going to have to go at it with a totally open mind because a lot of times the fucking environment itself can make or break the game for me in an open world game like that, Like, I personally enjoy Fallout as a series a lot more than Skyrim, even though, like, fundamentally they're very, very similar games. You know what I mean? Because I like the environment, and I like the situations it puts you in fucking Fallout. You know what I mean? I like having guns to play around with. You know what I mean? I like, but, at the core of the gameplay experience, they're very similar. You know? I don't know. I just think, depending on how the whole space thing goes, the modern space aesthetic, I personally think I'm going to really dig it.
Yeah.
But it might be weird and boring,
It could be. Yeah. That's the tough thing. But on the whole idea, or like getting back to what Todd Howard felt about Xbox, he did very specifically say, he was like, yeah, I feel really comfortable working for Xbox, but not to hype up. Like, that's what he was saying. He was like, not to hype up Xbox or anything because I work for them. He's like, we've always felt comfortable working with Xbox. Things have always just been cool with them. And he's like, and I don't want to make it seem like, oh yeah, well, I'm hired by Xbox. I got to keep it, Xbox. It's awesome. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to say great things. He's like, I do want to say that like Phil Spencer specifically and the work environment is exactly what they preach. He's like it's not like how they go, oh, we're for the gamer and we want it to be awesome. And that's just their marketing. Yeah. He's like, no, it's like that. He's like, it's awesome. That's all they care about. They just want to make fun shit and they just want to be cool about it. Like, they don't want to be like, you know what I mean? He's like, it's not about like, oh, we got to make all this money, hurry, do some cool shit. He's like, no. He's like, they want us to do our thing.
Well, I think ever since Microsoft has started investing all this money into studios and stuff, they've realized that it's not just like this isn't like a quick turnaround,
No, it won't be.
This is something that's going to be years of an investment, and it's going to take a while, maybe even until the next console cycle before you really start seeing like dividends on it. You know what I mean? I personally think it's a good long-term investment if they plan to stay in the video game industry. You know what I mean? But it's like it's one of those things that we're learning. Like a lot of these acquisitions have happened a year or two ago. And we're still not seeing any benefits from it really. And that's okay because I still think a lot of that shit is getting made right now. You know what I mean?
It's being worked on. And I do think, like you said, I think we'll see some stuff at Game Awards for Xbox. But I also think that in the very early part of 2023, we're going to hear a lot of awesome things. I think once Starfield actually drops and it's good, because I believe it, I think it's going to be good. No matter what, I think it's going to be a good game. And that's not because I'm an X-bot, because I'll tell you straight up, Halo's multiplayer sucks ass. But I think once Starfield itself drops, I think it's going to change a lot of people's minds about how they feel about just Xbox in general. That's it. That's all I got to say.
I really think Starfield is going to be great. I mean, it's stepping into the shoes of fucking Fallout and Skyrim, and they've openly said that it's like, the next in that series of games kind of thing. So it's like, it just has to be good, Like, I don't know. I've got a lot of faith in it.
Yeah, and also the Indiana Jones game. I believe it's going to be awesome. And just everything that just goes from here forward, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think Indiana Jones, I'm excited to see what they do with it. Like, is it going to be like an open world game or like a sandbox kind of game?
So really all he said about it is that it's going to be the Indiana Jones game. That's what Todd Howard said. He said he's always wanted it to be good. And like, about the idea of like, so he said in general, his favorite movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark. So he said, I'm not going to fuck it up. He's like, I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's like, literally, my favorite movie. And it's always been that. He's like, there's never been a movie that I've been like, oh, this movie's better than Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's like, that's what I want to do, is make the coolest, Indiana Jones game.
My thing is, like, to make the coolest Indiana Jones game, how do you make it play? I feel like the best way to make an Indiana Jones game would be to make, like, an Uncharted 4 type game or something. You know what I mean? Like, something with, like, limited open worlds and, like, fucking real cinematic heavy sequences and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
so maybe that's the way they're going with it, but he didn't get specific. Actually, he kind of made it very... Like, he's like, it's like a mix of things. That's literally what he said. He said it's going to be a mix of several genres. That's what he said.
Okay, interesting.
That's all. That's really all he said. But he said that it will be a mix of several genres.
Probably puzzle solving, shooting, fucking some sort of other.
I'm thinking
thing.
RPG, maybe.
Maybe RPG. Maybe.
It's so hard to know.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, okay, so Rocky Demise, thank you for giving us all of this stuff to talk about. I'm sorry, we weren't even really like getting too far into other shit. So yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, what else you got?
Noted horror developer Frictional Games has unveiled one last surprise for 2022, a new game in its acclaimed Amnesia series. Amnesia: The Bunker is set to continue the atmospheric, location-driven horror of previous titles. We don't know a lot about Amnesia: The Bunker yet, but based on the trailer, it'll involve the player running away from a shambling monster of some sort. There's a twist this time, as instead of having no weapon to deal with the monstrosities you encounter, you have a Webley revolver. However, and this is just in the trailer, however, it only has one bullet left in its cylinder, so you better make it count.
Wait, so you only get one fucking bullet?
I'm thinking there's probably more bullets in the game. You know what I mean? Like,
no. You get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Okay, but that's my whole thing, though. Cool. I don't care. To be real. Like, did you play Amnesia?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, let's.
I wasn't a big fan. No.
Exactly. No.
But they're highly acclaimed, and a lot of people really like the games, you know? I don't like the insanity thing, you know? I don't like if I'm in the dark too long, I go insane. It's like, you know, scary shit's happening. Like, obviously I'm getting a little crazy. You know, like, I don't know, it's stupid. To me, the mechanic takes me out of the experience.
Yeah.
You know, the insanity mechanic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I feel that.
I really wanted to like Amnesia.
Me too.
Them, you know, because they're so highly touted, you know, but I just fucking hate them.
Hey, so I agree. I guess there's not much to it, really. I mean, I feel like they're kind of subpar.
Honestly, I think if it wasn't for the fucking stupid insanity thing that I can't get over, maybe I could find some sort of joy in like a horror walking thing. Like, I don't know, man. There's way too many great horror games out there for me to waste my fucking time with that bullshit. Mm-hmm. But I still hold on to hope that maybe, you know, the new one will be great. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
I didn't like the newest one they did either. I played the most recent one too, and it was also a lot like the old ones. Fucking.
So not that good. But anyways, you got anything else? Because I really don't.
Only that Nintendo
have much news.
Has said that they're going to be patching Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so give them a sec, and they're going to fix that up for you.
Like, more so than the stuff they've already done?
They said, let's see, we are aware that players may encounter issues that affect games' performance. Nintendo said in a statement, our goal is to give players a positive experience with our games. We apologize for the inconvenience. We take the feedback from players seriously and are working on improvements to the game. So, leads me to believe that in the future there will be more improvements to the game.
Nice. Okay. So, oh, wait, what about the Sony, like, free games or whatever? The PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me look
stuff.
that up for you real quick. I know we got some good ones. Hold up.
Yeah, because the only reason I didn't get it myself is because I assumed you would have it.
No, my bad.
I saw it, and I was like, this is a Brent thing. He's all about that. Oh, Mass Effect. No, Rocky Demise got it for us. He said it's going to be Mass Effect.
Yeah, but the unfortunate thing about that is like, so we get Mass Effect.
Thank you, Rocky.
We get Mass Effect Legendary Edition, right? We get Biomutant, and we get Divine Knockout Founders Edition. But the problem with this is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition only gives you the PS4 version of it. So you don't get the PS5 version of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I find to be kind of a bummer because I don't think that it's going to have the 4K 60 probably. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll have to see. But Biomutant gives you the PS4 and PS5 version, and Divine Knockout gives you the PS4 and PS5 version. So there you go.
Okay, so
I'm actually going to look it up. Maybe the Mass Effect PS4 version isn't any different than the PS5 version.
Yeah. Wait. Wait. Oh, okay. I got it. You do that because also I got to talk about the upcoming games because there's not any other news, unfortunately. Nothing.
Was there any Xbox games that are coming out?
No. Yes, but no. I was gonna say. So as far as the upcoming games, there is Far Cry 6, Lost Between Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Which I've never heard of this. Is this like
it a whole game or is it like a DLC pack or something?
It's the expansion.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you about it. Anyway, so Far Cry 6, Lost Between Worlds. Players will begin a thrilling new chapter of Danny Rojas's story set in a fractured sci-fi version of Yara. Players will need to repair a broken spacecraft by collecting 5 lost shards. Wait, what?
What?
This is Far Cry.
Okay. Wait, so is this a... Wait, did you say this is a DLC or a game?
It's the expansion.
Okay.
You know how they always do like one like separate thing? I mean, obviously you're going to pay for this.
What's this called again?
It's called Far Cry 6, Lost Between Worlds. So, and it involves Danny Rojas, which I assume is the main character.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that.
Okay.
It said, so you will find these 5 lost shards, each increasing Danny's stats for survivability, bringing them one step closer to escape. That's it. That's how it is.
Okay. So it's not like a standalone thing, which some of those are like standalone things.
They
like,
typically are, right?
Like New Dawn is a whole game separate from Far Cry, like 5. Like you don't have to have Far Cry 5 to play Far Cry New Dawn. Or like Far Cry Blood Dragon is a separate game entirely from Far Cry 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't think Far Cry 4 had one, did it? Oh, no, it did. Primal.
Yeah.
Huh. So this is just a DLC. It makes me wonder if they'll announce some sort of like actual game, or if this is like just maybe they just said fuck it, this game wasn't good enough to warrant a whole second fucking release or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but okay, so for 5, didn't they do the
5 had New Dawn, which was basically a sequel to 5's base game. Like it was set like years in the future after like an atomic war had taken over the fucking planet or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this one isn't though?
I don't really know.
Okay. Not to be like, okay, Brent. No, but I mean,
no, but
sorry.
Like, if this is like this is an expansion for the game. This isn't like a you don't buy this as its own game. You know what I mean? New Dawn was like its own game. You could go buy it, and you wouldn't have to have Far Cry 5 at all. You could just play it. You know what I mean?
So
whereas this, you have to own Far Cry 6 in order to like buy it. It's like a DLC that you buy that expands the game. You know what I mean?
Okay. I gotcha. And also, this comes out on the 6th. That's it. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
Sorry. But anyways, okay, so Far Cry 6, Lost Between Worlds, comes out on the 6th, and then I'm trying to see if there's anything else that comes out that is somewhat exciting over the next several days. No.
Wow, nothing else at all?
No, I don't think so. Nothing good.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I guess Callisto Protocol was the big one this month.
But that was mentioned last episode.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's probably not a lot other great stuff, you know?
Yeah, so from here until The Witcher 3... the Richard?
The Richard.
The Witcher 3 that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's all there is.
I saw some like gameplay of the enhanced edition on the online earlier. It actually looks pretty cool. They got ray tracing and stuff in it. You know what I mean? If you're on PC, it's got like all kinds of cool ray tracing features.
Yeah. So, sorry. I'm just trying to read. Rocky Demise.
Yeah, he says, question, why is Cyberpunk getting a Game of the Year edition? Seriously?
Wait. Did we talk about this?
We did talk about this.
Okay, sorry.
It's getting a Game of the Year edition because that fucking Phantom Pain thing is coming out. You know what I mean? Like, so they're getting one DLC, and they're like, yeah, let's make a Game of the Year edition for it. Yeah. So there you go.
And that's why.
And that's why.
But we talked about this. It's not really worth.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. Maybe.
No, but he said, missed that. And that's what I meant. But anyway, remember though, okay, dude, I'm so sorry. Do you have any of the like trivia?
No, I don't.
Okay, but
I'm sorry.
Okay, so my trivia was this Brent Bass.
Okay.
Or Rocky, whoever's here.
Okay, lay it on me.
Do you know what the original, like Mario Kart for Super Nintendo, what it was actually supposed to be? Like originally, like what were they gonna make?
I don't know. I'm gonna just take a wild guess and say like a Donkey Kong thing.
No.
Okay. What was it?
That's it? That's your whole guess?
I don't know. Maybe like, was it gonna be some sort of racing game before it was Mario Kart? Okay.
Like what? Why were they making this? Like what was it gonna be? Like okay, if it wasn't gonna be Mario Kart, like they were like, hey, let's make this game. And then it turned into Mario Kart because they were like, it didn't exist.
What could it possibly be? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. I'm so curious.
Think NES, like the original Nintendo. They were going to base it off of something else.
Was it going to be like Grand Theft Auto?
No. Wait, there's no Grand Theft Auto on the NES.
Oh, that was on Super Nintendo, huh?
Yeah.
The original Grand Theft Auto.
I think, yeah. But no, that's not what it was about.
Or no, that was on PlayStation 1.
Or gonna be.
Man, kart racer on the original. Was it even a kart racer?
No, it wasn't.
Oh God, I don't know. Like,
okay, all right. Wait, so you're done?
I'm done. What is it?
Okay, so it was actually going to be another F-Zero. It was going to be the sequel.
I should have guessed that.
So it was going to be another F-Zero, but they wanted to make it multiplayer. That was it.
Really?
Yeah. And then they were like, wait, we can't. Because it was too fast. And
what, F-Zero was too fast? Or
yes, to make a multiplayer game.
Interesting. But didn't they eventually make a multiplayer F-Zero on like GameCube or something?
N64.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyways, remember, all of you, I love all of you. You have been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. But you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us. I'm so sorry. I'm feeling sick. But anyways, bye guys.